What's going on, gang? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Titans Returns Deluxe Class Mindwipe. The figure comes with two weapons. First, his gun, and then he comes with this weird shield claw gun thing. Don't know what to make of it. It's just odd. He can't really hold it as a shield. He can mount it on his forearm slightly as a claw-type weapon, or a blaster-type weapon, but other than that, it's kind of dumb, and sorry if you heard just a big bang up there, my son's dropping things. The figure as a whole, though, in robot mode looks okay, but does have some issues. The shoulders are a bit loose, which can be fixed with some pledge. The ankles are wiggly, but not so much that they're detrimental. You just need to be aware of them. They don't really lock into place at all. The hips are okay, but they act like they should bend more, and it's really kind of hard to tell when they're transformed correctly or not. And the torso's a little loose, which I'm not sure how to fix that, in all honesty. I just don't know. The head sculpt is okay. It's not great, and the figure does feel a little bit top-heavy. It's nowhere near as bad as Skull Smashers, but it doesn't feel good. And I'm not a huge fan of this figure. The robot mode is fine, but as you'll see, the bat mode is iffy. Like other flying figures in this line, he does have a peg hole in his butt, which can be used on a stand, specifically a stage stand. It makes me think that Hasbro or Takara are going to sell these figures, or sell good stands for these figures. I certainly hope so. Mindwipe has a very interesting transformation. Not hard, mind you. Interesting. But I do need to point something out. There are bits on this figure that are that weird, cruddy, soft plastic that you need to be aware about. Specifically, the bat wings, these little bat wings that are on his back. The bat head is entirely made of that soft rubber plastic. And part of the legs, this little part of the back part of the legs, is made of that soft rubbery plastic. But everything holds together pretty well. I do worry about longevity and is this figure going to last 10 to 15 years? So the transformation. Start off with by pulling the head off, because, well, that's what you do. Little bot is okay, could use some more detail. First, we'll grab the fists, push them down and back into the forearms, like so. Take the arms and turn them completely to the sky. Twist the swivels around. Once the swivels are turned around and the feet are pointing towards the back of the robot mode, fold the robot arms up and snap them into place, like that. Next, take the figure and turn it 180 degrees upside down. Then take the bat wings that are on the back of the robot mode, and they will swivel and swing to the back of what will be the bat mode, or the front of what was the robot mode. And they are to go straight back. They can fold out, but you really don't want to do that, otherwise you're going to screw some stuff up. Now for the robot legs. This is where things get a little bit dicey. So what we want to do is first point them completely straight out and then turn them so that the large pin is pointing forward, like so. Then come to the legs and turn them on their swivel so that the back of the legs is pointing forwards towards you. Unpeg the rear section and fold out the entirety of the wing while keeping your thumb on this pin to keep the hip from moving around. Then the entire leg is going to fold down like that, but first we'll grab the foot and fold it back to pointing towards the back of the bat mode. We fold this down. This little peg hole right here on the inside of the wing will peg into the rubber wing on the back, and then this section that looks like it has a chunk taken out of it will actually peg on the inside of where the fist was. So we'll first bend that down, peg that into where the fist was, and it will lock into place, and then push the whole thing down until it connects to the rubber bat wing. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Next, take the bat head, fold it up, and the purple part will snap into the section of where the robot butt was. And then there's this little super soft rubber tab will peg into where the crotch of the robot mode was. And it doesn't really stay there all that well. Open up the chest of the bat, and then take the Titan Master and have him sit in place. The back of the Titan Master's heels will peg in to the bottom of the seat, keeping him from rolling around, like that. Finally, come to the weapon, fold the talon parts up, peg the gun into the top of it, take the peg and flip it up, and then that whole section will peg into this peg hole that's in the top of what was the robot chest, and that is the bat mode. Oh my, is this ugly. You know, it's so ugly, I want to see this thing repainted as Beast Machine's Night Scream. That's how ugly this thing is. He's so ugly, in fact, his mouth can open so he can scream. I mean, look at that head sculpt. I get what they were going for. I just don't like it. And the fact that it's super, well, not super soft, but it is soft rubber plastic, really, really doesn't make me happy. And, well, his head's freaking hollow. And before you ask, no, those eyes do not have any light piping. I really do get what they were going for. This figure is just really fugly. And look, I mean, it's even got the part numbers right here. Made in Vietnam, actually. Yeah, I get what they were going for. It's not a good-looking figure. A lot would be forgiven if, one, I could get the tail part to actually come down all the way. You can't. And two, if the head was posable enough so that you could turn it up so it could look forward as it was flying. It can't. It's not a great figure. And I think it's more of the design of the figure and the materials involved that I don't like. It's a very ugly figure. Some of you out there are going to love this thing. Not even going to lie about that. Some of you guys are going to love it. But fundamentally, I think it's a bad, or at least poorly designed figure. It's not a terrible figure. But my biggest complaint, and this is silly, there is no peg hole to put the bat mode on a stand. How could you leave that out? You did it for the robot mode, but you didn't do it for the bat mode, where it would make the most sense. I don't like Deluxe Class Mindwipe, but there's nothing inherently broken like there is with Skull Smasher. I wish I liked this more. I really do. I think the paint apps are good, and overall there could be a lot of fun with this figure. I just don't like it. Your mileage may vary, however. So gang, thank you for watching. As always, I am Baltmatrix, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.